The Charlie Daniels concert was obviously outside. It was at Bass Park. And and the reason I'm reacting the way I am, I mean, you're hearing me chuckle a lot, and I'm not trying to be unprofessional, but I'm trying to do this kind of light. You know, I'm usually kind of businesslike when I'm actually playing music 10 in a row every hour, yada, yada, yada. So I'm just trying to have a little fun and kind of let loose a little bit. Now, again, I'm 8 years old, and I'm in the 3rd grade. If my mother's listening, she knows where I'm going with this. I went to school at Earl C. McGraw School in Hamden, Maine. So I don't know anything. I'm like, hey, I was goofing around with my teacher. Or not really goofing around. I was like, hey, my teacher at the time, Carla Leatham. Hey, you know what? I want to do a concert. I want to do a concert outside. I want to do a concert outside on the playground. So I did. And it was actually really weird, too. I think we did it during recess. Now, if you've never been to the Earl C. McGraw School, it's been years. I don't even know if their playground looks the same. But on their playground, there's like a little thing that looks like a stage. And there are, I think, bleacher seats, they look like. And so I was like, that's where I did it. So my teacher's like, hey, why don't we throw education in this? So I guess I wrote something up, and she wanted me to read it. And I was reading it kind of slowly because, at 8 years old, being visually impaired, you're not going to be a quick reader. You're not going to read something at rapid speed. So I didn't. So she's like, all right, let's just get on to the concert. So I did 2 songs, and I think it was like at 11:30. My dad came to videotape it. And wish he hadn't, but I'm kind of glad he, I guess for memory's sake and for this podcast's sake, I'm glad he did. So I sang 2 songs. Now, at the Charlie Daniels concert, I was a big fan of Sitting on a Barstool. And after Sitting on a Barstool, I remember getting all excited and talking to my mom and dad. I was like, oh my God, is he going to do Midnight Train? Is he going to do Midnight Train? Oh, I hope so. I don't think I said it in those words. I was like, Midnight Train, whatever. So, and my mom's like, I don't know. So we get on, or he says he did a song called Mama. Now, so being the 8-year-old weird kid that I am, 8-year-old kids aren't weird. Okay? I just want everybody to understand one thing. If I say stuff like dumb as a stick kid, I'm referring to myself. I'm not calling kids dumb. I'm not calling them weird. I'm not saying anything negative about kids. When I say kids, I'm not even going to say kids. I'm saying me. Nobody's listening. So, might be a good thing. But please listen, because this is fun. I get a chance to pour my heart out to you. And like I said, I have 3 hours to kill, and I can take as long as I want. So I do the Sitting on a Barstool, and I can't remember how that went. I mean, I can't remember how I never knew. I don't know the words now, but when I say I can't remember how that went, I can't remember. I probably butchered the song like a butcher's meat. Just of course I did. So okay, that. Anyway, I sang Sitting on a Barstool, and then I sang Mama. I tried to sing Mama, and I don't know. I only heard the song once, and I was just trying to be like Charlie Daniels. So I had the violin and my sister's violin. I had the violin. I can't play that thing. I could play that thing like I can drive a car now. And if you were listening to the last podcast, I'm visually impaired. I have an optic nerve that's damaged in my right eye. I can't drive a car. You don't want me to drive a car. Me driving a car would be like me trying to cook. You don't want me to do that either. So, all right. So I have my sister's violin, and I probably broke the thing. Who knows? Because she was in... Mr. Kemp was her violin teacher, and so... Anyway. Kind of trying to show off my memory here, because I do have a good memory. I mean... I'll tell you a little bit about myself. Like I said earlier tonight, I do have a visual impairment. The optic nerve of my right eye is damaged. I do have a very, very, very slight case of cerebral palsy. Just the left side of my body is not as strong as the right. I can still walk just like anybody else. I can obviously talk like anybody else because I'm doing this radio show and literally loving life. All right, so... The Charlie Daniels concert that I did, the mock Derek Me show / Charlie Daniels concert. As a matter of fact, now I'm one person, right? So I'm so much trying to be like Charlie Daniels that I advertised the concert as the Derek Me Show band. Yay! Wow, that's great. Should be like Heath Slater on WWE, the one-man band. That was pretty much what it was, but. I can't sing. I can, like I said, I can sing as much as I can drive a car and cook. So anyway, that whole day is done. That's on tape. My parents try to rub it in. My parents try to throw it in my face. And they were going to show my ex-fiance. I mean, listen, I say throw it in my face. They're not mean. My parents are nowhere near mean. I can't have the life that I had and having mean parents. I never had mean parents. My parents were phenomenal, are phenomenal. And when I say, like I said, anybody, when I say stuff like parents try to throw it in my face or anything, kids are weird, not saying kids, I'm saying me. I'm saying me without trying to say me. So my parents wanted to show my ex-fiance the videos. I was like, no. I was actually kind of getting mad at this point. I'm like, no, this is not going to happen. Because I was a weird kid. I really was. If I could do my childhood over again, I'd probably do it over again. Maybe a few things. I don't know. Some of the stuff I said. But the Charlie Daniels concert kind of sparked it. I did a few concerts in school, and I did a Ricky Van Shelton concert. I did... And as a matter of fact, one of them, I believe it was the Ricky Van Shelton concert. And I did the Ricky Van Shelton concert because I saw Alabama, Ricky Van Shelton, and Johnny Rodriguez on, again, trying to show off my memory. Date was October 26th. What was the year? I believe it was early. It was a Thursday night, and Alabama opened up with Gonna Have a Party. Ricky Van Shelton, I can't remember his set list at all. Johnny Rodriguez, I can't remember his set list at all. Because Johnny Rodriguez wasn't really... I didn't know him. I didn't know who he was. But I remember... And I was goofing off. I don't know that when I was a kid, I go to concerts. My mom and I would actually sit down and write a letter to the artist. And... Oh, wow, I had 94 followers. Now I have 1. No, I'm just kidding. I would actually write a letter to the artist, and it would be like, please sing this, 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 and this. And it's like, Anyway, that was totally weird. But I actually wrote up, I think I had index cards, and I would write up tickets for this particular concert I did at, I think one of the schools there was a trailer, and I don't know, the schooling was done in like some sort of trailer by the McGraw School, and it I did a Ricky Van Shelton set. I think I sang like Statue of a Fool and something else. Parents were there. That wasn't on video, thank God. So I did that, and basically cut to a few years down the road. I'm still a kid, and I love country music, and I want to be a country singer. I've decided one day I want to be a country singer. I would actually go as far as singing the songs that are on the radio and be like, okay, I'm going to put this on my album. I had a fake pretend album. I don't know. I think I called it Good Looks or whatever. It was just, being a kid. So, did concerts in the living room. I would use a pot as a banjo because I thought for some odd reason a pot sounded like a banjo. And just in case my mother's wondering, no, I don't want to see these videos. I really don't. I'm just going to talk about this once, and then I'm going to go back to business as usual, playing today's hot new country. And I actually stood on the fireplace. You know how most fireplaces, they have a mantle? Well, this mantle was, I think I might have actually fallen off it once too. This mantle was obviously made of brick, and it was probably about 2 feet high off the ground, and it was pretty much me being a weird kid. And I did a couple concerts and I actually charged my parents $1 and my sister a penny or something like that. So anyway, it's about 1990, and I went to a whole bunch of concerts. I went to see, after Charlie Daniels, went to see Alabama. Great show. Like I said, don't remember how we got those tickets. Don't remember why we got those tickets. I think I was watching a My Home's in Alabama special, and I was like, hey, Mom, if Alabama ever comes, can we go see them or something like that, or something to that effect. And they just got tickets. They came on October 26th of whatever year. I think it was 91. No. 89. It was something like to that effect. I was young. Let's leave it at that. And so let's go to 1990. I want to be a country singer, but my parents bought my sister and I. Remember those Sing-a-lodians? Here, let me move this down a little bit. Yeah, and you remember those Sing-a-lodian machines, those karaoke machines? Well, this one, the Sing-a-lodian actually has a radio on it. So I'm actually going to check my progress here while I'm. Let's see, I got a couple listeners. I think so. Wow, one person's listening to this. Thank you so much. And I'll tell you what. I'm babbling here, but thank you for listening. And this is just basically a long-winded version of why I got into radio. And Bruins update, we did not get Jerome McGinley. Okay, and do me a favor, if you're listening to me right now, leave a comment on this show's site so I can know who's listening and so I know not to be embarrassed. Or make sure nobody's going to embarrass me. But again, thank you for listening. So the Sing-a-lodian karaoke machine, you got a place to put in your microphone, and it's not a fancy microphone. I think it actually came with one. It was a cool microphone at the time. It definitely didn't sound anything like the one I'm using right now. So I would listen to my all-time favorite radio station, WYOU 97.1. Now, I would listen to this, and when you're a kid, you bug your parents, right? You bug the crap out of your parents. You bug your parents until you get what you want, or however it's going to go. So I did. I was like, I don't know. I think it was 3 times a week or once a week. I was like, Mom, can I call Steve McKay? I just wanted to request a song. And again, I don't know what songs get played on the radio or whatever the case might be, but I called him up and I said, hey, can you play Swimming Upstream? And I can't remember if he said, it was by Ricky Van Shelton. It's on his Living Proof CD. So it was on there, and I think he said either we don't have